Ever seen Perc Angle mentioned in the comments or heard his name dropped in conversation and thought to yourself, why do they call him Perc? We looked back into it and damn, this man was on a level. Peak Perc Angle remains a mythical figure amongst mythical figures. He stands with the elite at the top of combat sports, with the likes of Hulkamania, Featherweight Connor, Picogram John Jones, and Austin 316. Today, we're gonna go back and relive the moments that gave birth to the legend of Perc Angle, all the way through his evolution to peak Perc in TNA. We got the emergence of the Perc era in the WWE. It can be traced back to around the time of his IronMan Match vs Brock Lesnar. He was no stranger to injuries, famously winning an Olympic gold medal with a broken neck, and had been on painkillers for a minute, but the lines between use and abuse were increasingly getting blurred. Kurt was a champ already, and doing up to 65 pills a day at this point. He swallowed 20 in one sitting the night before the match. Woke up at 5 in the afternoon the day of the show to miss calls galore from the brass. Perc would find his way to the arena and proceed to put on one of the best matches of his entire career. Imagine trying to wrestle Brock Lesnar for an hour. Perc did it completely on autopilot and it was a classic.
Whoa! F5! Kurt Angle's in trouble. Brock Lesnar. There goes Angle. F5 to Kurt Angle. Oh, look out! Lesnar walked into the belly button. There goes another. And Kurt Angle's beginning to build momentum. Beginning to gain control. And look at this. Roll through. Lesnar's shoulders down into the ankle. Kurt Angle is high. It's 12 seconds. 3 seconds. 2. Well, it's going to come out. And it's over.
There were plenty of ways the Kurt Angle character could have evolved after his epic 5-star match against Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 21. Angle was riding high, but instead of capitalizing on his momentum, WWE Creative had him pursue Booker T's wife, Sharmell. Angle's storyline took a dark turn, featuring some of the creepiest segments and interviews in WWE history. He went from kicking Sharmell and threatening to kidnap her, to making some highly inappropriate comments about wanting, let's say, very unconventional relations with her.
That kind of perverted sex, bestiality sex, with your wife.
The final straw was when he was wrestling RVD and ripped his abdominal muscle off the bone. He was so messed up on pills that he didn't even notice, and even after they were telling him he would need some time off and possibly surgery, he wanted just to keep taking pills and work through it. They wanted him to take care of his injury and then go to rehab, but Hercules refused to do it. They threatened to release him if he didn't go, and he told them to just give him his release, so they did.
And that's what I'll do. It's what I have to do. Not when your name is Kurt Angle.
It was then that he evolved into his final form, and we were gifted peak Perc Angle in TNA. Perc was a completely different animal in TNA. After initially trying to clean up after the switch, he would fully tap into peak Perc. During an action-packed match with Sting, Perc would scale the ropes and sway around uncontrollably before unleashing a 450 knee drop right onto Sting's throat. Hard to believe he only got a 2 count for this. Look at Perc's face, he was on another level off a beam. There's no question he was built different. A lot is made of his Olympic gold medal campaign with a broken neck, and rightfully so. But Perc's liver produced its own gold medal performances night after night, processing a steady supply. Us mortals would OD and never wake. Kurt was always known for his suplexes and technical submissions, but his time in TNA would add aerial acrobatics onto his impressive repertoire. Perc Angle would jump off any and everything with no concern for his safety. He had a particular affinity with the Senton bomb. Probably the most famous example of this is when he jumped off the stage, pupils fully peaking, and nailed Abyss with a suicidal Senton.
Look at this! Oh my gosh! Unbelievable! Oh my God! Kurt Angle just did a freaking somersault!
Not a lot of people actually remember, but he hit the same move on AJ Styles earlier in his TNA run. Arguably Perc's maniacal pinnacle came during TNA Lockdown in 2010. In a steel cage match vs Ken Anderson, Perc, donning a now iconic slimmer physique and 5 o'clock shadow all over, took it upon himself to completely go off script, no pun intended. He managed to convince Mr. Anderson to let him hit a moonsault, forever known as the Perc drop, off the very top of the cage.
Oh my God, okay.
can only imagine the pulled up poetry Perc would have produced in order to convince Mr. Anderson to go ahead with it just moments before the match. And what a journey, truly one of the greatest runs of all time. Perc Angle, what a freaking legend. He gave everything for our entertainment, disregarding his own health, and even as his life outside the ring was falling apart, he would put on the best performances of his career when the lights were on him. We don't condone pill abuse or intend to glorify it in any way. In fact, we only felt okay to make the video, knowing Perc has overcome his addiction and has been sober for 9 years at the time of this video. Kurt, we would sincerely like to thank you for all the moments and memories over the years and wish you continued health and success in the future. If you liked the video guys, please like and subscribe. It really helps the video get seen by more people and keeps the legacy of Perc alive. Again, thanks for watching. We'll see you all again very shortly.